this is the big story at the moment. The Wrestling Federation of India has been suspended. This after just a few days of the elections taking place. A new president in Sanjay Singh there at the helm of the Wrestling Federation. The government has cited a few steps that have been taken by the newly elected body, which they call arbitrary at the moment and not following due protocol. We also spoke to one of the faces of this wrestlers' protest, Vinesh Phogat, a wrestler of repute. That's won India medal at the international level a short while ago. She spoke to India Today. Let's listen in.
देखिए, मतलब हम एज ए रेसलर भी लगा लीजिए, एज ए वुमन खिलाड़ी लगा लीजिए, अगर हम हार रहे हैं तो देश की महिलाएं मतलब किसी भी फील्ड में लगा लीजिए, आवाज उठाने में बहुत सालों लग जाएंगे। हम स्टार्टिंग से ये बात कर रहे हैं। WFI में कोई ऐसे लोग आने चाहिए जो मतलब रेसलर्स के लिए भी अच्छा हो, खासकर महिलाओं के लिए अच्छा हो। हमारी लड़ाई सिर्फ यही है कि महिलाएं सुरक्षित होनी चाहिए। जो हम लोगों ने जो झेला है इतने सालों तक, वो आने वाले बच्चे ना झेलें। बस सिर्फ इतनी सी लड़ाई है हमारी, और जिन्होंने गलत किया है उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए।
विनेश, लेकिन खुलकर बोले, आज तक है ये पूरा देश नहीं पूरी दुनिया सुन रही है आपको। संजय सिंह से क्या परेशानी थी?
सर, संजय सिंह बिल्कुल आप देख लीजिए, इलेक्शन के बाद में जैसे ही संजय सिंह जीते हैं, वो किसके घर पे गए हैं, किसके गले में मालाएं डाली हुई थी। संजय सिंह तो साइड में खड़े हुए थे, मालाएं किसी और के उसमें डाली हुई थी। जो उनके वर्डिंग थे वो इतने दबदबा है काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, मतलब वो बिल्कुल क्लियरली इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि वो दिखा रहे हैं कि देखो मैं राजा हूँ यहाँ का और मेरे आगे कुछ भी नहीं चलता, मैं भगवान हूँ।
मतलब जो पोस्टर्स लगे थे कि दबदबा था, दबदबा है, कायम रहेगा।
जी, मतलब एक किसी भी प्रेसिडेंट का बनना, या जो पूर्व में प्रेसिडेंट भी रहा है ना, उनके मुंह से ये बातें सुनना, मतलब वो क्या दिखा रहा है ना। वो
मतलब संजय सिंह ब्रजभूषण शरण सिंह के बेहद करीबी हैं, इसलिए
सर वो करीबी क्या, मतलब उनके बच्चे, उनके लड़के से भी ज्यादा खास है वो उनके। इतने सालों तक वो खुद ही बता रहे हैं, हमें बताने की जरूरत भी नहीं है, वो खुद बता रहे हैं हमारे इतने सालों से संबंध रहे हैं। तो वो संजय सिंह का बनना मतलब कि लगा लो ब्रजभूषण का ही बनना है दोबारा।
Okay, you heard from Vinesh Phogat there, spelling out what is the issue with the newly elected president. And she said it's not the fact that the new president is close to the outgoing president against whom there have been serious charges, Brijbhushan Sharan. It's not that he's close to him. He's effectively his proxy. Effectively, Brijbhushan Sharan is still pulling the strings, still running the Wrestling Federation. And she points out very interestingly that you should have heard the words that came out after the elections. Brijbhushan Sharan wasn't even participating in those elections. His business associate in Sanjay Singh stood for that position. And there was a plaque that they carried at that time, which said in exact words that I'm going to quote, Dabdaba tha, Dabdaba hai, quite brazenly saying that we controlled wrestling federations earlier, and we'll continue to have the control of the wrestling federations. Come what may, do whatever you want, whatever the wrestlers could say, we're still in control. And in fact, even after that election result came out, Brijbhushan Sharan came and spoke about that victory. So in that sense, you may have had a new president, but in all sense, it is the same man that is running everything behind the scenes, which is why this new decision that has been taken by the government is being hailed by one and all. And a few very important points I'd like to point out on our broadcast. Just listen to the wordings that have been used in the press release. This is the press release sent by the Sports Ministry, where they say the business of the federation is being run from the premise controlled by the former office bearers, which is also, which is also alleged premise wherein sexual harassment of the players have been alleged, and presently the court is hearing the matter. So that's very important bit that they point out, that the business is actually happening from Gonda, from Brijbhushan Sharan's house. The other thing they write in that press release, again scathing comments, where they say the decision made by the newly elected body demonstrates a blatant disregard for the established legal and procedural norms violating both the WFI's constitutional provisions and the National Sports Development Code. So saying openly the new federation is flouting the sports code as well as the constitution of the Wrestling Federation of India. The moot point being that they have announced under 15, under 20 trials without even having a meeting of the executive committee, without even giving them any sort of notice, without giving the wrestlers any sort of notice, which you need to do basis on the constitution of the Wrestling Federation. And the third bit, which is very important, they say the actions smack of complete arbitrariness on part of the president, which is against the settled principles of good governance and devoid of transparency and due process. Adherence to governance norms is vital for ensuring fair play, transparency, and accountability. These are crucial to build trust among athletes, stakeholders, and the public. So clearly saying that this is arbitrariness that is happening at the Wrestling Federation of India and something needs to be done. As a footnote, they've mentioned that let's not forget that the world body has still continued to suspend the Indian body despite the elections having taken place. So nothing has changed on the international front. That's why they're suspending the current body that has been elected.